Okay, so what I'm going to show you guys today is how to actually import grades into PowerTeacher from various platforms such as Edmodo, or even if you use programs like USA Test Prep or any other program that basically allows you to export the grades. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in one of my classes that we don't really take grades for. It's our computer class. So the first thing that I do is you're going to create your assignment just like you normally would on any other situation. So this one is going to be sample. It's called the sample assignment. All right, and then create a category, possible points, then we're going to make it due today. So after you save the assignment, what you would do is you're going to use your right click, or you can go up to the top where it says tools. Either way, but you're going to click on export scores template. So basically what PowerTeacher does is it takes all your student data and information and creates an Excel sheet. Once you do that, you name the document, and then you'll figure out where you want it to be saved. I always save mine to my desktop so they're a little bit easier to access, but you can make a folder if you like. It gives you the name of whether the assignment is, but I don't use this just for one assignment. I use it to export any and all assignments that I do in Edmodo. So usually I'll give it a title such as the name of the class period, and then if it's something that's just quarterly, for example, I put quarter 3 or Q3. That way I can kind of figure out, okay, well, what grades go with this particular document. So then you'll save it. So the next thing you'll do is you'll go to the program where you're going to import your grades. All right, so the next thing I'm going to show you guys is how Edmodo has basically made some upgrades to the way that you grade in their program. So I'm going to use one of my classes, like I said, that we do assignments, but we don't necessarily do report card grades for this particular class. So in this class, we were doing a writing activity. And let's say, for example, I just wanted to score this particular item. So I would click on the assignment, then I click View Assignment. And what Edmodo has included now is an option to grade more than one thing at a time. So for example, for my items that are not turned in, I would click on those. Let's say, for example, if I wanted to give them a 0, then I would give them all a 0, and it would grade all 12 submissions at once. And then, like I said, it'll show you which students did not turn their assignments in. So let's say, for example, I wanted to look at the ones that I just haven't graded yet. And assuming that all of them have turned the assignment in and it's a 100% accurate assignment, I would click on those and give all those students the grade that goes there. So this could be something like if you're just using participation grades, or if you're just scoring them for turning the item in and not necessarily scoring for accuracy. But if you want to score for accuracy, then you'll go to the actual assignment itself. If you click on assignment detail, it'll remind you of all the things that you had for the particular assignment. So for this example, we were doing a writing prompt, so I provided the children with the scoring rubric and also the prompt. And then you can click on individual students' names and click on their paper, like if you want to go back and grade or see what the writing actually looked like. And then, of course, children that did not turn in the assignments, they have the little red clock beside them. And like I said before, this class is not necessarily for a grade. This was just something that we were doing in class just to practice for our TCAP writing or 10 Ready writing assessment. All right. Okay, so once again, we're going to, what's that, second period computer. So now I have some grades in for this particular class. So the next thing that I'm going to do is I want to export my grades. So the way that we export the grades is by clicking on export. What we get is a downloaded Excel file. We just open that particular file, and then you can see all of the grades that have been turned in. So in this case, I only have one column of grades since there was only one assignment that I actually graded. The second column shows up as well, but it shows up empty because none of the items actually had a numerical grade. It just says turned in. All right, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste all of the grades. So I'm going to do Command C. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the second period computer pst.csv file. This is the file I made in the previous video. So what I usually do is I just click in the line above, Command V. I always include the student's first and last name because I want to make sure that they match up. So like for example, if you look in line 13, I have a student whose name is listed here because she's in my roster, but she's not listed here because she hasn't joined the class on Edmodo, or she may have been taken out of the class or something, or class has changed. So I always make sure I match up the names with whatever the names were in the system. So since there's a mistake, what I'm going to do is I'll go back and I'll delete the students who are not supposed to be in here, or add in the students who should be. So now what I've done is I've made sure that all the names match up with the students, and also make sure that the grades were accurate. So I've added in a couple of more sample columns so that you guys can see what it looks like to import multiple grades at one time. So after I've made sure that all my information is correct, all my data, I'm going to save the document. So I'm going to go to File and Save. Then it's going to come up with this error message, and all I have to do is click Continue. And the only reason we're getting the message is because of the type of file it is. Like I said, it's an underscore PST, Power School Teacher, or Pearson School. I don't know what that stands for. Never mind. pst.csv. All right, so you're going to click Continue. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to close it out. And we're going to click Save again. And Continue. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my gradebook on Power Teacher. Oops, sorry. Into my pseudo class. So I have my sample assignment, and I'm going to go ahead and enter the other two assignments, which would be sample 2 and sample 3. All right, so my sample 2 assignment, I'm going to name that classwork and click Save. And then I'm going to do my sample 3 assignment. And I always make sure that I name the assignment the exact thing that it is in Edmodo, or like I said, if I'm pulling it from some other platform, I just make sure that the names match so it's easy to pull the information. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. All right, so now we're ready to actually import the grade. So I'll do a double click or right click, and I go to Import Scores. Then you're going to find your document. Hopefully it's at the top. Mine usually is, because that's usually the last thing that I've touched on the computer. So then you're going to make sure that you click Power Teacher Score Template. Go down here to the bottom. You're going to find your first assignment. Make sure that you click at the top. Click Continue to Import, and click Import. And there your grades are. So you're going to do the second thing for the second column. You're going to go to Import Scores. Click on the document, click Open, make sure you click Power Teacher Score Template, and then find your second assignment. There it is, second sample 2. Continue to import. I always make sure that these grades match up as well in the preview, because sometimes it goes to a default column, and you want to make sure that this preview column matches the column of the grades that you're trying to import. And then sample assignment, you're going to import that as well. Sample assignment 3, open, same steps. Make sure that you click on the right assignment. Here's sample 3. And we're going to import. So now I have all my grades imported. Poor little child right here. These are not accurate. I just did this for you guys as a sample so that you can see how easy it is to import your grades from any website or any other document that allows you to use Excel as an export for grades, and using Power Teacher's template to kind of start that off. If you have any questions, let me know.